Hey everyone, finish watching the next Mystic Force episode, Stranger Within Part 1. Lily asks Nick out to see a new DJ, but he's busy. Vita's interested, so she sneaks out and goes. Vita finds the music mesmerizing. Lily gets a call from her mom and has to leave. Vita sticks around, and the DJ turns into a monster. The next day, Vita comes to Root Core, and she's behaving weird. Suddenly, Nick gets a psychic message from Korag. Hideax show up outside. Vita is stronger than usual and takes out multiple bad guys herself. Korag grows and the Rangers grow into their Titan forms. During the fight, the sun comes out and Vita faints. Korag takes the opportunity to attack, but Xander blocks it. Korag then leaves. At the record shop, the Rangers ask Lily about the club she and Vita went to. Lily says everything was fine when she left. Vita comes in wearing a hoodie and sunglasses. Chip suspects she may be a vampire. It turns out he's right, as Vita reveals glowing red eyes and fangs to the audience. Mordecon nags Korag for leaving the battle. Korag responds that there is no honor in defeating a weaker opponent. Yeah, it was real honorable when he struck them with their backs turned. Jerk. Vita shows up at Root Core and shows Madison a pose that came to her in a dream. Was she dreaming about Magi Ranger? Chip gives her tomato juice and she spits it out. Chip reveals his theory that she's a vampire, but no one takes him seriously. Everyone leaves, and Vita tries to bite Chip. He holds her off with garlic, and she admits she wants to turn back to normal. Vita takes Chip to the nightclub. That's where this started. Chip sees everyone in a trance, and then once again the DJ becomes a monster. Necroli appears. She thinks Chip is under the monster's spell, but turns out he was wearing earplugs. He's figured out their plan. Necroli orders the monster to kill Vita, but Chip blocks him. Necroli sends all the people under her power out, and Vita comes to her senses. Vita and Chip tell each other they're friends for life. At Root Core, the Rangers wonder where Chip and Vita are. They tell Udana about Chip thinking Vita was a vampire, and Udana tells them that vampires do exist. Madison plays a recording she took of Vita earlier, and in it, Vita is invisible. The Rangers find Chip and Vita in the city, ready to stop the monster and its army of hypnotized people. The Rangers defeat it, and everyone under its spell turns back to normal, including Vita. At the record shop, Chip shows off his vampire chalk. Supposedly, a vampire can't step outside a circle drawn with it. He draws it around Vita, and to everyone's shock, she's trapped inside. She's still a vampire. This episode is easily the best since the premiere. Nearly everything works perfectly. Knowing who Lily will turn out to be makes these early episodes very fascinating to rewatch. I'm analyzing what she does very closely, and a lot of this is very clever. Much better than her being petty and trying to set Nick up as a thief a few episodes ago. Vita becoming a vampire is handled well. Even the Rangers not believing Chip is handled far better than in similar situations in other seasons.
You know there's no such thing as vampires, right?
While there is a forest full of magic beings, they've never encountered a vampire before. This is still early enough in the season that some skepticism from the Rangers isn't unbelievable. I do wonder about back in the first episode, though, what exactly were the townspeople afraid of in the woods? Were vampires one of the things they thought were in there? The Rangers discovering what's going on by Madison's camera was a clever choice and a good way to utilize Madison's hobby. The ending is a great twist, though I wonder why Chip draws a circle around Vita. He doesn't think she's a vampire anymore. Then again, he's not doing a particularly good job of promoting his vampire hunter kit to Nick anyway, so... A funny thing here is Korag's deal with honor. Pretty hypocritical to do what he does and still claim to be honorable. He stole Udana's staff, taking away her power. Shouldn't that count as weakening an opponent, something he's supposedly against? Shouldn't he want her to be at her strongest if they're fighting? What was up with him striking while the Rangers' backs were turned? That's just a dick move, honor or not. Mordecon doesn't get a lot of time, and that's great. Phineas isn't here, and that's too bad. So, will the second part of this two-parter pay off? The first part is already a pretty decent episode in its own right. So, that's it for this one. Hope you enjoyed it. See ya.
That was just weird.